Welcome to part 3 of our entrepreneur coffee break convos from so to sold, scaling with smart branding and social marketing. If you have missed the other 2 parts of this series with Shauna Casey and with Shawana Mays, go back and watch those episodes. Oh, I forgot to tell you who I am. I am Coach MJ. Doesn't even matter who I am, honey. I want you to meet my friend who is coming on here today. We're going to be talking about all things branding and social marketing to help you to take your brand, your company from just average to amazing by doing smart branding and marketing. We are going to be hearing from the amazing Latasha A. Brown, who is the creator and founder of the emerging Global Lofts hotel brand. Come on in, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I am so happy that we are having this conversation. So everybody, if you didn't know, the people I bring on here are friends of mine, and Latasha is no exception. Tell us a little bit about your brand, your company. What is Global Lofts? Tell us a little bit about that and how it came to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So Global Lofts, first off, is a mission-led hospitality brand, and we are dedicated to connecting travelers to the world through the African diaspora. The whole kind of emphasis and the beginning startings of Global Lofts came about from my own desire of wanting to travel and experience the world and experience other cultures. So at one point in time in my life, I worked 3 jobs and wasn't able to travel like I wanted to.
Right.
And
Even if you could
I
afford it with all the money you made, we didn't have no time.
no didn't have the time off from work.
Right.
So I was honestly trying to think of a way to still have those experiences, right? Because I
Mhm.
love just learning about people. I love learning about different cultures and just being immersed in those environments. So for me, I was like, well, what better way than focusing on my local, international communities where I live? So I am located in Louisville, Kentucky.
Whoop
And if
whoop.
you,
Go
whoop,
cards.
okay, go cards, okay. And if you are not familiar with Louisville, Louisville has over 150 different languages spoken. We have such beautiful, diverse cultures and communities here. So I decided to just really, focus on my local international communities, and it's been a beautiful journey. So that's kind of the other kind of backstory and the basis of the brand is the focus is global. And yes, I did say global. So
Yes,
global
that wasn't a
is
type. That wasn't a verbal typo.
right. Right. I
What is
want to make sure
global?
because some people be like, well, did you say global? No, I meant global. So
Okay, tell us what global is.
yeah. So global is a term that represents both international, so global, and also local. And that honestly is the representation of the brand. I want to be able to give people an experience, this global experience, but you
Yeah,
experience from your local community, like
yeah,
right where you live. So,
that's
so yeah,
amazing.
so that is kind of the backstory behind
Yeah,
the brand, and
I
yeah,
love it.
I'm
I
really
love.
excited.
Listen, I love that idea of global. I learned that term from you. And what I love about it, so often when we're traveling, we're going to places and we're going to have the experience that we want to experience. And a
Yeah,
lot of times travelers don't think about the fact that first of all, when you go to those places, it's local to them. Right.
right.
So when you go there, I'm always trying to find a way, how can I connect with the people that live there? Whether I'm traveling domestically or internationally, how can I connect with the people there? I don't want to go to chain restaurants. I'm really big on that when I travel. I'm not going to a chain. I'm going to a restaurant that usually I like one of one. There's only one or a few in this city. Or when I
Right.
buy something, is it supporting a local business owner? It's kind of the same thing, but bringing the globe to people who may not be able to travel international or may not have a desire
Right.
to travel there, but they would like to experience it. So when you were developing your actual brand, so I'm looking at your website over. Matter of fact, we're going to go on. And one thing about me, I'm going to share the screen. So your website is global-lofts.com. And
Yeah.
so when I come here, now I've seen, guys, I told you, this is my friend. So I've seen various iterations of her website, and I am in love with this current version of her. Listen, out here, I done seen this picture before. When you
Yeah.
were developing the look for your website, and communal inspired hospitality that unifies the world, what I'm already seeing is a color palette. I'm really into color, and I see a theme. I see consistent use of fonts. I'm really excited. I love that living room. I love what's happening here. I know you recently, and we're gonna talk about this box. We're gonna
Yes.
talk about this box, y'all, because y'all gonna want to get into it. It's coming out here shortly, and you're gonna want to get one of these boxes, okay? But you go to her website to get on the list. But what drew you to this particular look for your logo? How did that, tell me about the process of developing that? Did you just hire somebody and this was their concept? How much did you contribute to telling them, hey, this is what I'm looking for? How did that happen?
Yeah, you know what? So in the very beginning, it was a lot of me trying to figure things out, right? So
Mhm.
I did hire, so I had a consultant at the time
Okay.
that it was someone that she worked with. So it all started with number one, it started with the name. So I was kind of brainstorming the name for the
Okay.
brand myself. So Global Lofts, I came up with the name. And then
I'm
I
gonna
had
want to dig
someone,
into that. So don't forget, I want to dig into how you came up with the name. Like
yeah,
what?
a
Yeah.
lot of brainstorming and
Not a brand.
yeah. But yeah, so I came up with the name, and then
Mm-hmm.
my consultant, it was someone that she worked with that created the logo. So the
Okay.
color palette and everything,
I love it.
all that kind of started and came from the logo. But then also, I
Okay.
always knew that when I thought of the brand,
Mm-hmm.
global, that I wanted it to be a representation of the world, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, okay, well, I want the color palette to be very natural,
Mm-hmm.
earthy type of tones
Mm.
and colors. And so just bits and pieces here and there kind
Have
of
you
put it.
seen my Africa room in my house? I don't know if you walked through my house when you were here. I have a room, and this is making me think of this. It's got a mud cloth on the. You must not have walked back here.
I don't think so.
Yes, it's got a this color wall, and there's a mud cloth on it, and there's African statues in there. It's where I
No.
exercise. But that's what I'm thinking of when I see this. So you had your
Yeah.
logo and then the color palette. Keep going.
Yes, yes. So the logo, and then the color palette, and then the other part of that is so the brand has been continuing to evolve, right? I've been really
Right.
digging in deep and figuring out the branding aspects of the brand, right?
Yes.
And like I said in the beginning of the intro, that I am looking to share the world with travelers through the
Mhm.
African diaspora.
Yeah.
And so
That's so
the
good.
reason of that, getting to that point is a way for me to share my own heritage. So, I went on.
Uh-oh, I know where we're going, y'all. I think I'm gonna get crazy here in a second. Go. Keep
Yes,
going.
yes, yep. So, okay, so let me take you back. So back to 2017, I
Okay.
went through, my own kind of discovery of I did an African DNA test and discovered that on my maternal side, I am 100% Cameroonian.
I am too, y'all. Maternal lineage
Cameroonian,
in
yes,
Cameroon. Get turned. I need a
yes,
flag. I need a flag that's
yes,
Cameroon.
I know, me
Yes.
too. I love it. Yes, so
So
that
how did
I
that
was
inform this journey? Then you said 2017. So that was not
17.
long after this whole experience launched for you. This whole
Right,
journey,
right,
right? Okay.
right, right. So that was 2017 when I
Okay.
discovered that, but I did not actually, set foot into Africa until 2021.
Okay.
So both
Okay. Did you go to
had
Cameroon?
I did not go to Cameroon yet.
Okay. Okay.
I will be going,
Oh,
but
we
I have
going.
not got to Kansas.
Uh,
Yeah, so
uh.
I traveled to Ghana
Okay.
and I traveled to Kenya in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Both absolutely beautiful countries. I felt like I found a part of myself there. Like
I've got to get over
honestly,
there. I'm
it
going.
is it I have to get back. It's
Yeah.
I have not been back since 2021, but I'm like I've got to get
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I am going to share. This is my way of sharing
Yeah.
my own heritage, and that's
Okay.
through the design of the hotel. So the
Yes.
design of the rooms, that's
Yeah.
through the food and beverage options. So infusing that African cuisine. Whoo!
Yes.
I get so excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
We
Okay.
hungry over here. We hungry over here. My stomach just growled. Listen. So what I want you guys to make sure you are hearing is that your brand, yes, is about the logo, it's about the colors, but it's also as much about how intentional you are with everything that you infuse in your product packaging. I showed you guys the box, the subscription box that she has coming up and everything. But I want to go back before this. I even want to mention something that you guys may not know about. It's on the screen right now. It's her name. Her name is Latasha Brown, right? But she goes by Latasha A. Brown. I think it's an homage to your aunt, right?
Mhm.
Her
Right,
her
right.
name begins with A, and she's intentional about that. When I had sent her something recently, and she was like, "Put the A in my name," and that should be intentional about everything, even the way you present your name. Like my name has two L's. If I see it with one L, I correct people. It's
Yeah.
not petty. It's not nitpicky. It's not trivial. That's her brand. She's Latasha A. Brown. That's how she's known professionally. That's a part of her brand as well. How her website shows it. But what I want you guys to know, because you guys might be confused, this hotel does not exist yet. The physical hotel does not exist yet. And that's why I was so excited about talking to Latasha, because a lot of you may have products and services that already exist. And so you're building a brand on something that's kind of tangible in the moment.
Mhm.
She is building a brand for something that in its largest state won't exist for a little while, because it takes a
Mhm.
lot to stand up a hotel. It's millions of dollars and a lot of work. But
Yes.
she's building her brand now. We all over the place, but we got to talk about the box. I can't wait. Okay. Tell us about the box. I'm going to pull it back up on the screen. Tell them about the box. Ah!
So I'm really excited. This has been a project in the making for a few years now, and it's all about timing, right? And I feel
Yes.
like the timing is perfect for coming out with this, the box with the global experience. Okay, this is the global experience.
Yes.
And so the idea behind the box is basically I wanted to find a way to share and have these experiences even before the hotel is developed, because like you said,
Yes.
this could be a 2 to 3 year project,
And it's
right?
already been an 8-year journey, right?
And
Just
it's
from
already been.
concept to now. And she's gone
Yeah.
through many things to keep this thing alive. So I want y'all to really notice that. Don't think that branding starts when the thing exists. It
No.
starts from way back when. And she's going to share with you some things about the vendors and things for this box that lets me know her brand is making an impact, even when there's no hotel that you can book as of right now.
Right, right, right. Because that is it's coming,
It's
right?
coming.
But I think the most important thing is that I wanted to start building that community.
Yeah. Uh-oh, did you freeze up?
Which, at the end of the
Oh,
day,
okay, there you go.
brand, when I thought about the
I think you
just the
froze for a
beginning
second. Say it
stages.
again. You
Oh,
said you want to start building that community, and then it froze.
yes. Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to start building community
Mm-hmm.
because when I think about the brand in the very beginning, I always thought that I wanted to find a way to unite all people, right?
Yeah.
Unity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what better way of, being able to share these experiences, bring these experiences to people, right, is through
Mm-hmm.
the global experience box, right? So the
Yes.
idea behind the box is having, all of these different, culturally diverse vendors that maybe
Yes.
have
Listen,
the
y'all.
spotlight.
I
That's
know I keep
huge.
jumping in here. Guys, no. Y'all see this green button right here? Get into it. Don't wait. Because when they come out, you're gonna be mad because you're not gonna be. I'm gonna be. I hope I'm on the list. I'm gonna sign up after we get off of here. Get in on this box. I'm just telling y'all right now. Okay, go. I'm
Okay.
excited. Y'all know
Okay.
I be celebrating my friends. So, but yes, but do
Yeah.
y'all okay? So one thing I love, when I met Latasha, I met her in June of last year, 2023. She already had these boxes. I don't even know what made you buy these boxes, the flats, way before you actually began working on putting something in them. You're just now really doing that actively. What made you buy them? What made you know this was, and it goes so perfect with what you're doing right now? What led you to do that?
So when I always thought about the brand, as an entrepreneur, you have so many ideas, right? And my brain was literally exploding, okay? Because in my head, I'm like, it's not just about accommodations, like a physical hotel site. I see that. I see all of these different, avenues. I see travel. I see this, and I was like, whoa! I need to tailor it down. So I thought about, well, what can I do now? So I started the process of creating this box. So I had a VA a virtual assistant at the
Yeah.
time
Mm-hmm.
that helped me with getting the design. So
Mm-hmm.
this design of this box was created, okay, from scratch, from
Good.
nothing.
From
Okay,
nothing.
so the design of the box, then I went ahead and ordered the boxes, started kind of working on some vendor contracts, the website. And I think at the time, honestly, I was overwhelmed. I had too
Mhm.
much going on in my life. And I was like, you know
You were
what?
probably doing pitch competitions and
Yes,
doing incubators. This
everything.
girl's done all the things. Guys, if you have a long
Everything.
range dream, it's going to take a lot to stand up. You got a lot of work to do. That's why it takes the time it's going to take, because you got a lot of learning to do. She's been pitching, she's been buying boxes, and now it's coming to fruition. You had a vendor's interest meeting the other day, and quite a few people showed up for something. What I want to talk about is the power of your brand and the use of social marketing. How have you been using social marketing to find your people, to find these vendors who want to be in this box that's eventually leading to a hotel that doesn't exist yet?
Yes, yes, yes. So, you know what? So for me, I really found it to be important to share my journey. So
Yeah.
that's like the start, right? At the basis. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to share with people what I'm doing, share the behind stories, that you might not hear,
Right. Right.
right? The difficult days, the things that I, go through on a day to day, kind of thing. So yeah, so it started there, and then just starting to share more here recently about
Yes.
the boxes, just putting it out there, and requesting and just reaching within my own network of individuals that I know one on one, and just putting it out there for people and the interest. So yeah, we had our very first interest meeting and it was amazing. We had a number of vendors on there, 10 or so, and they were from different states. So
The
vendors
power
and
of social marketing. There were people from different states that you don't even know. Some of them you didn't even know.
most of them I didn't know, but now I'm getting to know them, which is so
Yes.
beautiful, and I think it's so amazing. I'm like, it for me, it just validates that this is so much bigger. I mean, the
Yes.
brand obviously is so much bigger than myself, but even with this
Yes.
box, I I mean, to have vendors from out of state, different states
Now
across
we
the
talking about quality vendors. There's a vendor interest form right before right below where you sign up for the box. There's a vendor. Don't
yes.
come with no rinky dink stuff. This is not gonna be no. Had to work with Tasha. And she's working on her pricing. Whatever price she said, I said it's not high enough. This ain't competing with stuff made in China. No offense to China, but this ain't made in China stuff you can get at
Right,
Dollar Tree. This is
right.
quality stuff. So if you're looking for a
Yeah.
little 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 box, it ain't gonna be that. This is not,
No.
it's a curated box of high quality things from small businesses. None of this stuff is
Yes.
mass produced. So
No.
yeah, so if you interested vendors, don't just be interested if you have a quality product
Yes.
that can fit in a box. These are going to be a little smaller things. So
Right,
I'm so
right.
excited about it. So you've been using social marketing. You've gone live on Facebook. Are you also streaming to other platforms? Or are you mainly on Facebook with your marketing?
So with my marketing, I have been doing Facebook,
Mhm.
Instagram,
Okay.
and also started a little bit with YouTube, so my own
Okay.
personal channel on YouTube, and then
You
I'm
stream to
getting,
all three at the same time, or you do something different on each one?
I do something different on each
Got
one.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and then some of the items that I do, or I have filmed and done,
Mhm.
I'll just put it on the other platforms. So, for example,
Okay.
lives that I've done, um,
Mhm.
on Facebook, I download
Yeah.
it and put it onto my YouTube, or chop it up, right? And
Yeah.
put it
I got to
use
get
like
better
a
with the
short.
chopping up because that takes
Yes.
time and I
It
need to start doing that more because that helps. YouTube has a feature where you can put a full length video on there and it has its clips feature. So you can
oh,
just sit there and look at a video and just, I think the clips are, I think it's limited to a minute long, I feel like. Maybe I haven't used it in a while, but you can just drag it over and it creates a clip that's there. It kind of like making a short of a
yeah,
video. They're just making it easy to make a short on YouTube. But chopping your videos up like that helps you get exposure because it gives people a bite-sized piece of what you said and points them to the larger video.
the
So,
larger video,
so
right?
when you said, and I love when people do this. I don't do this just because right now I don't have a VA. Right now I got to get a VA. I had one before. I need to get one back. It just takes a lot of time. And as solopreneurs, we just have a lot to do. I need to hire somebody to do this for me. But one
Yeah,
thing I like to see when people do is that different things show up on different platforms. So instead of what I do, which is put everything everywhere, there is value to also, I do certain things on Facebook, but if you want this other thing from me, you got to go on my Instagram. Not only are you increasing your reach, your followers, like for example, maybe you only go live on Facebook and then you upload the video, you download it, upload the video, and you show shorts only over on YouTube. Well, maybe, or maybe you go live to YouTube and then you show shorts on Facebook that sends people to the full video. You want the full video, it's not here, it's over there. I have a discount. Go to my Instagram page and comment on such and such a post and get that discount. You only get the discount on Instagram. We're not showing it everywhere. On TikTok, you get something else. Maybe I'm doing lives where I'm doing giveaways there. It's not
right.
it's not the video I did over there. It's this one over here. So doing that kind of thing can be helpful as well. But it sounds like you're kind of doing a little bit of that as well, using your different. So you're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And you know what? I also started posting more on LinkedIn. Yes,
LinkedIn. That's
LinkedIn. So
the wow.
my personal LinkedIn page, and then also on the business, because I hadn't been using it. To be honest, I hadn't
I
been
am bad.
posting
Listen, guys,
my
what I'm
business.
on here to tell you is that even as the branding guru, honey, I don't do everything perfect, child. And that's just because you only have so much time in a day. I don't use my
Yes,
company page on there. I go to the main page. But here's the thing, and there's value in doing the company page. I need to do that. There needs to be content there. However, there's this idea of you have a personal brand and your company has a brand, but I'm in a space where I am my brand.
yes,
One of my
yes.
favorite style influencers, her handle is my style is my brand, and that's she's a style influencer. But you are your brand, and so what
Mhm.
I see, I feel like you put that jacket on purpose, didn't you?
I
Is it
did.
because it matches your brand colors,
Yeah,
or
you
is
know
that just
what?
the colors you buy?
I think both, because
Okay,
I think that the brand colors are a reflection of me. Like honestly, like it came from
that's
me,
it.
right?
That's it.
That's
That's it. And so
yeah.
that's why a lot of times today I've got on camo, but a lot of times I'll have on orange or navy and everything. It needs to be a cohesive experience. Whenever I see
Mhm.
Natasha, I believe she seems to match her aesthetics of her business. And apparently the colors that you like are reflected in your, it's like it all ties together. Just like I wear a
Ties
lot of
together.
orange and that became the color of my brand. I like was there any color psychology that you studied when you looked at it, or is it more of I'm just looking for earthy tones? I know it when I see it. It's Africa. It's what led you to those colors? Just kind of going back a little bit.
Just just knowing it when I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go, I try to make decisions based off of how it makes me feel. And I'm like, that feels good to me. And I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Or no, that's not it. You know, that's
You
too
know
bright.
it when you
That's too,
see it. If you
I
saw
know it when I
pink,
see it.
yeah, pink wouldn't work for Global Lofts. It just
No,
no,
no, no.
no. These colors is orange, and you know I love orange anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, queen, yes. But so you said you're using LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hmm.
What are there any social media trends that you've embraced to make any kind of a difference in how you show up? Are you just more doing organic stuff that you think of? Are you doing anything that trends?
You know what? I haven't really got into the trends. The one thing I would say for me that would be new is,
Mhm.
well, yeah, well, newer for me is going live more.
Yes. Oh,
like
that's so bad.
not just like my day-to-day life, but like doing something professional, trying to be intentional about my connections, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of my lives that I've been doing, or at least like my last Facebook live where I
Mhm.
talked about the founder myself,
Yeah.
I do at a coffee shop.
Yes.
I do it
Owned
in
by.
the
Oh, let's talk about the owners. Let's talk about
Yes,
the shop.
yes, yes.
Yes.
So the coffee shop, it is Nataba Coffee, okay? And the owners are Ruben and Diana, and
Yes.
they have been
They're lovely
so
people.
just I love them.
Yes.
I really do.
Yes.
So, like, they have been just, a blessing, just like
Mhm.
my friendship with you, with MJ is like, it's just amazing. The people I have around me, it's
Yeah.
once again intentional.
It's
I'm
intentional.
intentional about it's intentional. It's
Yes.
really intentional about the people I have around me that I'm
Yeah.
connected to. Like, we pour into each other. It's
Yes.
amazing.
It's
It's amazing.
amazing. And what I love, okay, guys, I'm always saying, okay, guys, in case you miss it, because there's so much good stuff here. What is it? Ntaba coffee
Nataba.
shop. She didn't set up a Starbucks. No shade to Starbucks. But why not go to a global inspired, Africa inspired place that goes with her brand? This is a locally owned place,
Yeah.
owned by a couple. Are they not both from a country in Africa?
So
Or not?
Ruben and Diana are actually Haitian.
They're Haitian, but this is
Yes.
global, so it doesn't have to be from it. So, but it's on brand for her to go there. Or
Yes.
if you want to go to Black Coffee, it's another Black owned, even though it's
Yes.
not Africa. Well, it is got some African inspiration. They only
African-
sell Ethiopian coffee there.
There you go.
Versus choosing to just go to Starbucks.
Right.
That's a
Right.
coffee shop that she could have set up and it went live. It wouldn't have been the same. It's like making those intentional choices to be on brand. I notice all that, and people notice all that. When you're saying that you're being authentic, those little touch points matter. You saying it's local and you're supporting local businesses, but you're at a major chain. No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna find some people, and no, they're not from Africa. They're from Haiti. She said the African diaspora. Haiti is a part of that. So I
Yeah.
love all of that. Those little touch points is what makes your brand powerful. Now, what is something that you wish you had known about branding and social marketing earlier? Maybe it's a social marketing piece. Is there anything you've learned where you're like, dang, I wish I'd known this about 5 years ago? Just from the marketing aspect or in your branding or anything of that nature. It's something you've learned more recently.
Mm, I would
Probably going
say
live.
the going, what I would say early on that I wish that I understood more about the intention of showing up,
Okay.
right? In the sense of people see me, I'm posting, I'm
Yeah.
doing the lives, the importance of that, right?
Okay.
Which I mean, honestly, as a solopreneur, like, you have so many things going on. I have
Yeah.
life going on too at the same time,
Yeah.
right? Over the
Yeah.
last 8 years.
Yeah.
So, but still, I've been intentional about, especially this year, the end of this year and going into 2025, that
Yeah.
y'all gonna see me.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me so much. You might get
Yeah.
sick of me. It's okay. But I want
That's
you gonna
what
see me.
people need, though. We are
Yeah.
used to in this current society, the business economy, people expect to have access to or at least know about the people they're doing business with.
Right.
Gone are the days of the inaccessible celebrity, the invisible corporate people. We don't trust brands where we don't see something that looks. That's why you see a lot more founders with pictures of their family on, or they're posting just day to day. Why people want to see what you're eating, I don't know. Why they want to see a day in the life, I don't know. But they do. They just want to see you being human. Why? Because one reason is because there's so many reasons to be distrustful in an online economy. I mean, there's so many, you don't
Right.
know where they are. Are they in some country 10,000 miles away scamming? Are they? But when I see you with your kids or you just going live while you're outside walking, that means you're a real person, and I can
Yes.
trust you to not just be trying to take my money. I can trust you to be doing so. Showing up live. One thing I say about it, if people are getting sick of you, it's because they probably aren't your audience, and why are they
Right.
still following you?
Yeah.
So I like to not even frame it as I'm gonna come on here until y'all get tired of me. It's like, yo, the people that love you, they want to see you. The ones that
Yeah,
don't can scroll past.
yeah. You're right. You are absolutely
Like
right. You're absolutely
people in
right.
the
And
comments, like, why you always? I see people, the folk that I watch, and they're criticizing the way they make their videos or how often they do it or how I watch a lot of style influencers. And it's like, why are you here? We love this person. Why are you here? But there's a lot of miserable people in the world that want to stop
yeah,
you from shining because
right,
they're not shining. That's
right,
what it really is. But it's just
right.
so. Is there anyone or any brand that inspires you? And what I mean by inspires is it not necessarily even that you are modeling after, but just another company in the space your brand is in, or even in a different space where you just like how they're showing up for their brand, or like the way their look of their brand, or because we all look at brands and we're drawn to some things and not to others. That's how we decide who we do business with, who we follow. Is there anybody that's inspired you?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's such a good question. I'm like,
Just say me. Go on and say.
you
I
know
don't know
what?
why they be playing with
You
this question,
you said
y'all.
it. Listen, you did. Like in my head, first off, you came off. You really did. Because honey, you have I have learned so much when it comes
Oh,
to marketing and branding from
yeah.
you. Like I
Listen.
get up out of my funk. I'm like, listen, MJ done completed about 20 things.
Trying to
But I'm
keep up
trying
with
to stress about
Shawana.
this
She got
one.
20 things in her story. Listen, we have to, yeah. So thank you. One thing I'm
I
gonna show
love.
up is I'm gonna show up orange, that's for sure. No,
And you were
nothing
so
else.
authentic. You like your style. It's like it's
Yeah.
MJ. Like it compares to no other. Like
Listen, I
yes,
love it.
I love that. I love that about you and what you do, your marketing, your branding. Um, Now when I think about my other thought was I went to like the hotel space
Yeah.
and thinking about maybe not some of these other brands, but I mainly went to people that I've connected with. My
Okay.
friend Amina, we pitched and she has a deal about no, that was back in 2022. But just sitting back and following her, because so currently right now, she just closed on her second hotel deal.
Oh, wow. Where's
Um,
her brand located? Like, where's her
so
hotels located?
she is into so she's franchised a few
Okay.
hotels. So I'm meaning
Okay.
that she's gone to a brand
Hmm.
and she's brokered a deal.
With a brand that wasn't franchised till they talked to her?
Well, no, they were already franchised,
Oh,
so like
okay. I
bigger
was like,
brands. So
wow.
so
Okay.
so
Yeah.
so yeah, so she's got her first one I want to say was in Memphis, and that was a huge
Okay.
deal because all of her investors are, they're African American. Like she's very
Yes,
strategic
that's
about
on
the
brand. That's
growth
what
of
it has to
black,
be.
of black wealth in our community. So
Yes.
so just sitting back and watching her over the last few years, and just kind of seeing she's been very so she is extremely good at PR. That's
Okay.
one thing I have to say about her. Like when I can pick up a book or look online, she's
Yes.
got an article in about everything, everything and everywhere. She does very well with PR. I'm like, wow, like, and it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference about your brand and what you're doing to get
Mhm.
out there and connecting with
Yeah.
all of these different, options and ways of doing it, not just social media wise.
Yes. Yes.
I think my thought of going into 2025 is like I need to be more intentional about email marketing and then PR is
Yeah.
huge.
Email marketing is where it's at. I tell people all the time, they can shut down any of your social pages. YouTube can shut you down,
Yes.
Facebook, Insta. When you own those emails, when someone says, yes, I want to sign up to hear from you, that's
Yeah.
gold. They can't take that away. The only person who can take it away is the person. They can unsubscribe. Other
Right.
than that, they own that. So they can shut you down tomorrow. All your pages be gone. You can still reach out to those people and rebuild. And
Right.
people have
Right.
done that. They take an email list. And so by having the sign up page just for people to get updates about your box gives you an opportunity to begin a conversation with them. That's another place where you can create exclusivity. The only way you'll hear about these particular things, these live opportunities, these events, these discounts, these special whatevers, is if you hear about it from my email. I'm not sharing it anywhere else.
Right.
So when you do
Exactly.
that, that makes people want to sign up. It's like I can only get that by getting on her list. So
Hmm.
as we kind of Try to wrap up, Chad. I know you just answered the question I was going to ask you. What is something you're looking towards for your brand or social media presence in the next year? And you said it's pivoting into more email marketing. Is there
Mhm.
anything else you're looking for in 2025? Where Global Loft going besides releasing this box that I'm excited
Oh, yes. Okay. So outside of the release of the boxes, we're working on our first location, here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I have a few prospective
Oh, I
properties
need
that
to
I'm
hear
looking
more once we end this live. I got to hear more.
Yeah, I have a few prospective properties that I'm
Yeah.
that I'm looking at that I've had my eye on.
Okay.
And we're gonna be looking to close a deal. Okay.
Listen.
We looking to close a deal because I'm looking at these other locations, right? I got
Right.
international locations. I
Yeah.
gotta get a move on this stuff. So
Once you do the first one,
it's a blueprint.
actually the extra ones become easy. I look at Black Coffee, our friend Ronielle Smith, who
Yes.
it's still unfathomable for me to believe she opened in April of 2023. And they
Yeah.
just opened their second location, but they were very intentional about their branding and their aesthetics and all the things, the experience that you have when you go there and all that. And it shows that they've been intentional. They're now on their second location, which not to say it wasn't hard work, but it's like once you have a model,
Mm-hmm.
first one is I think this is how we're gonna do it. Once you do it, it's like, okay, now we know. Now you just
Right.
replicate.
That's
And
it.
we're gonna be all over the world. So what advice would you give to a small business owner for who wants to, or someone who wants to start a business in the coming year and they're worried about how can I stand out? What would you tell them that's helped you stand out when you don't even have a hotel yet?
It's so crazy to think that. I'm like,
You ain't
all of
even got
this.
no hotel yet. Y'all trying, I know y'all looking for the booking page. It's not there yet.
Not yet, y'all. Just hold on. It's not quite there yet.
Yes.
What advice would I say? Um, Now it's gonna be, I would say, to be authentic to yourself. It's a
Ooh,
journey, right?
yes.
Okay, be authentic to yourself. Now you'll have people that'll come along to help you along the journey,
Yes.
but you need to stay true to yourself
Mm-hmm.
and try not to make, which I've done,
Mm-hmm.
made changes or thought
Or
to try to make
detours
specifics and
sometimes.
detours
You
because
can
I
do
was like
this, but that's not what I'm
listening to
doing.
someone else, right? And
Mhm.
I'm like, no, that doesn't feel right for me. That's
Yes.
not the path for me,
It's
right?
not a
Like
bad idea. It's just
it's
that's not
not.
my that's not for me.
Yeah, it's just
I hear that.
yeah.
I've heard that. I think all three of you so far in this series have said authenticity. That's one of my
Yeah,
five core values, as you know. Being you is the one thing that nobody else can
no
replicate.
one.
Nobody else can imitate. That's why I don't believe in competition. You can have other
Mm,
people in the space doing something that's almost identical to you, but they are not identical to you as a person. So it can't be identical.
right,
You're
right.
being yourself and not, well, I think I need to do this because that's what other people in the space are doing. Well, I don't know. Other people might have had other resources, other ideas. This is the vision God gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be
Exactly.
authentic to it. It doesn't matter if it looks like it's taking a while, but or looks like it doesn't match. It shouldn't match what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Your
It won't.
journey does need a hotel that started out in a box. It didn't start out there. Well, we're going to be in this global experience box. Every hotel doesn't start that way. They go right to the
No.
let's get a building, let's do that. And that's what you're on. And you've been trying to do that. But in the meantime, you're establishing an amazing brand. Any parting words before we get out of here?
No, all I can say is, I appreciate the time, and for all those
Yes.
watching and inspiring, keep
Yes.
at it. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Keep going. You'll get there.
Keep going.
Yeah,
You will
you
get
get there.
there.
Yeah.
Latasha, I'm going to put you over here and I'm going to close out. I'm going to come talk to you. Y'all, listen. Global Lofts, scaling with smart branding and social marketing. That's what we've been talking about today. Latasha A. Brown is an amazing example to those of you who may have a longer runway, or who may not understand how you can differentiate yourself when you don't have the thing there. It comes down to authenticity, having a vision for what you want to see, knowing what you want to see, and sticking to it like glue, and leveraging various, getting outside of your comfort zone. Everybody don't love going live, but I tell you, that's one of the most powerful things you can do to connect with your audience because it shows that you're a real person. Right now, I'm streaming this live. I do this quite often. This is one of the best ways you can connect with your people, but there are a lot of ways you can differentiate yourself in the market by being yourself and doing what feels right to you, and by getting some help along the way. It is Christmas Eve. I want to wish everyone who celebrates a Merry Christmas. Also, Kwanzaa will be starting the day after, a 7-day cultural celebration for African Americans. Happy Kwanzaa. Get into those 7 principles and celebrate. Until the next time, we will be back on Friday with another amazing entrepreneur coffee break convo. Have a happy holiday. Enjoy